Right, what do we got? Harbor. Oh my goodness. Harbor, Viper, Gecko, Raze.
I like it. I like it. This is the comp we're seeing around Americas a lot. A little bit different than the Fnatic running the Omen instead of the Astra. The Omen lets play a little bit more aggressive on one game, maybe TP up to Rubble. But there's so many
I'm just excited to see them on attack.
I know that you love that comp as well.
Focus right now.
I'm just really shocked at because T1, they haven't changed a single comp this entire year. Like the entire time they stuck to the same thing over and over again. Why this change? Why do you think?
He's run them both, I think.
Did a loss
and the Omen, I think the
did a loss in an event affect you for a long time? The one that hurt the most was losing to Gambit for the qualification game to Copenhagen. That was the worst loss. That took like 3-4 days.
You have so many options in that comp. It's actually
it was a close game. I think that was why as well.
They're gonna have to kind of slow it down and thrive.
Everything else was pretty fine. You mean Berlin? Nah, the qualification to Copenhagen, like the lead up. If we beat Gambit, they would have been knocked out, and we would have gone to Copenhagen. And it went to the third map overtime, Icebox. And yeah, that was the hardest one. Dude, they won that event as well.
I'm excited for this. We know there's some crazy comps around the corner as this series progresses. We already have some interesting stuff here on Lotus.
Chaos Arts with the Prime, thank you so much. Berlin? No, not Berlin, chat. Copenhagen. The qualification for Copenhagen.
That seems to happen quite often on this map, so I'm definitely going to be interested to see if FPX have one down.
Is it Berlin?
If they can get everything working in synergy, this comp could be incredible. If it's off by a little bit, I think
they won Berlin. Oh, okay, it must have been Berlin.
It's going to be exciting nonetheless.
It absolutely is. Well,
did I miss Berlin and Copenhagen? How did I miss 2 events? I thought I only missed 1 LAN. I'm so confused. You lot have just blown my mind. Okay, insta pistol. This is nice as well. They literally blow in terms of damage here. That forces them back into this area to eat the Omen flash. Oh my goodness, this was fast. This was cool though. 3-2 pinch in terms of it. They damaged here, forces them back into this area. Then they eat the Omen flash, and then they swing from here. This was a great pistol. That was really cool.
No, we're not calling it that.
T1 on defense, FPX on attack. That's a nice way to start it. Chat, did I really miss 2 lands? I thought I only missed 1 land. Why was I not at Copenhagen? Had I left the team? I'd left the team then, right?
What a start for T1. Pistol on the board, Munchkin off to a flyer. And now we're just going to see, well, I was going to say an investment.
Okay, yeah, sorry. I thought Copenhagen was Berlin. Yeah, you are right. Okay, I take it all back. It was Berlin.
Interesting. It's not an investment you see very
Yeah, that was my first watch party. Yeah, you are right.
But I'm curious, I'll put it that way. I guess if they get a gun, it's
okay, well, that explains I wasn't at the LAN. I wasn't in a team.
I suppose that's the assumption. Yeah, 25 extra health.
Don't worry, Sean will explain this to us when we get back to the desk at the halftime. It's fine.
I see him writing notes right now, scribbling frantically. He might even have a telestrator segment on it. Well, let's see if the success will be found by FPX with this trendy investment. Immediately, you know, they're putting some pressure towards A. They've got their wall there.
This is a nice buy from T1.
They're up close, both on A and on C. You definitely get a sense that this squad likes to get aggressive. The pistol round, I guess, gave it away more than anything. In the end, conventional takeover B. Alarm bot takes contact. Actually, not even. Preemptive strike. And that's got Berlin.
Oh, yeah, this is looking like a slaughter already.
Oh, whoa. What's going on?
They managed to make this one look a little bit more competitive. They should be able to clear things out. Ban.
Jesus, someone got a little bit close. Someone shoot it. What the hell was this one, bro?
Never really in any doubt.
Didn't break a sweat whatsoever. Well, look. Decent damage, all things considered. FPX.
Jesus, yeah, I mean, great damage.
T1 don't have the opportunity to play a nice free round where they've got rifles and their ability to fight. That was so close. Can you imagine?
Oh, that would have been embarrassing if that hit.
That would have actually been huge. And look at T1's investment. You know, they've got their 2 bulldogs.
So we have aggro wall where, like, you're kind of accepting that they can get out here, but you're playing like retake a lot of the time. So if they try and go early out, oh, this is nice. It has a few layers to it as well in terms of it blocks B. They're using the eye that goes above it so they can try and shoot them once they come out. And it means that they can get close into this area for free. This is cool. I've never seen someone use this wall. kind of like it.
A little bit of early
we'll see how it works
they were
fully.
Wary of it. Like in the
Once
prior
it goes
round,
down.
we
How
saw in
did,
the pistol how
dude, did he
aggressive
just take
T1 were
wall
willing
bang
to be, and
damage
that's
from
something
this?
that
What was that?
FPX are definitely going to have to think about. For now, though, just patiently taking map control. They have a lot of utility to be able to play with off the back of the harbor to sort of section off portions of the map, and for the defenders, Ban has taken a little bit of map control, so they've been able to gamble that little bit more, even pushing up on B as well. They have taken a lot of space. They kind of know at this stage that they almost have to be locked in towards that C side of the map, but they are going to start wrapping back around and pressuring elsewhere.
Yeah, I do wonder if they've spotted, you know, you hear that turret when you get a little bit closer, snakebite comes down, now you know, first of all, it's a trap play.
Kind of nice as well, once you get info, actually means that you can get out of this area. It's like that was their best gun that goes down. We've got 30 seconds on this, so they might pivot over towards B, but honestly, there's 2 people in B, so I kind of feel like, okay, that nade is everything. I was going to say, I kind of feel like they might struggle to plant, but that nade was so perfect. Oh my goodness.
Great potential for this squad, and because it's the wingman planting, when they go through to try and take advantage of the
like, I don't care that wingman plants, man. Give me the double kill.
Ends up occurring. That's FPX with the first.
Oh, really clean take into
I'm
the
telling
side
you,
as
man.
well. I'm
I hate
liking how
Wingman,
patient
bro.
they're being, because we sort of set this team
Nah,
up
I
as
just
this,
hate
like,
him.
hyper
Like we just go to it. Like that's the thing. We just go for the crowd pleaser shot of some idiot planting. Like come on, man. I get it. He plants. He does it badly. He does it wrong. Show me the kills.
And end up keeping 4 players alive onto the board. Of course, for the other side of things in T1, they are going to have themselves an investment here.
Right, it's not toxic, man. It's just who cares, dude.
Across the board.
Yeah, this will be a much more grounded full buy round. The real meat of the game about to come into play. Now we've seen T1's aggression time and time again. Over on C and A in that second round, even up against the Pistols, they were willing to do it. It's denied by some early utility, and the follow-up.
Okay, big buy round though. Let's move on.
Seems FPX will be gaining control.
Let's move on, but I tell you what, if the little guy plants wrong in this game, I'm going to be bringing it up.
For the aggression to come through, and even an alarm bot
That's all I'm saying.
Plenty of options for them in the late round.
He's on thin ice right now.
Again, just taking their time, collecting those orbs that are about to be under some pressure. The Mosh used to try and clear out some space. Normally there's a bit of an execution off the back of it though. Turret destroyed for Sire as he looks to get aggressive, but again, just waiting outside this C site. The high tide through to block up a lot of angles, but there's
3 people here.
Players ready and waiting.
Oh, nice sees. It's gone through and it's caught some players. They're able to sneak up behind the walls, and Carpe and Munchkin both falling. Puts a lot of pressure on Zeta to deliver, and he's out. Giving up the site and playing for the retake. It's definitely the smart call. They love to grab a pick along the way, but that
committing
one
to the
costs
spray
them
there.
so much more as they crumble
okay, nicely done
on
from
this
FPX.
C-side.
Double buy round looks
FPX
good from
take
them.
Control.
Yeah, again, like the aggression of T1 just not really finding anything.
Nah, to be fair to him, Wingman did his job there.
For that early information, but other than destroying the turret, it basically just comes down to the late round execution, and that's actually where FPX have been fantastic so far. Berlin, Lysol getting those initial entries, and then Aya, well, we've already highlighted him. His performance in their prior match versus EG made the game even look remotely competitive, which was not something we expected.
Forcing down to an eco as well.
Now though, leveling things up, weaponry
Forcing
somewhat
down
of a minimum.
to an eco.
Okay, you do.
We're crazy close to a lot of these ults. This next buy round, like FPX are in a good spot at the moment. We're gonna go into the next buy round. It's gonna force them down to an eco if they lose it. We're gonna have 4 ults up potentially if we don't need to use any of them into this.
And we haven't really seen FPX use Nichao's wall to get control over A. Constantly, T1 have been getting aggressive and holding these tighter corners, keeping them back, and even back from where they are now, stuck inside the choke point. So good ground being claimed here, and they're certainly finding the lighter side of the map where T1 are not.
Okay, change up their wall. So they wanted to fight at the beginning. Maybe it's just because it's an eco.
That wall should be easy to bypass. Zeta doesn't have a ton of utility, really. We're looking at Carpe. Found the information at least, but following up on it's going to be a different story altogether.
Yeah, Reckoning is going to make it so there's very little they can do in terms of holding. Little Bro just about going to be able to get the spike plant in. Snakebite used to try and deter. How dare they, for starters, but more so, it's not actually going to work out. And They have used the lockdown. I am surprised by this. Trying to force them back, maybe expecting to get a little bit more in this round than we did, but it's so passive anyway from their opponents, it doesn't make that much of a difference.
Well, they've at least got
maybe.
that
Can they stick pressure this?
Sure,
Yeah, had to kind of break the mollies for that one. Dude, they took one little bit of damage here.
Pistols they were up against, and the main question in a round like this is how much damage.
Little bro 2, me nil. Dude, first of all, he's planting and his owner has ult. Someone else should be getting that ult.
They were on, which is
I can't give him a point for that one. I'll give you the first one.
To actually play in the after plant, like, okay, maybe you're able to cause some havoc, but a lot of the time, most teams are just like wall bang spamming onto the plant anyway, and they had all their nanos and stuff down as well. I don't really see a world where they were ever going to get that one close. And even
okay, money's out of control with the 5 people surviving. Like, it's literally, if you take away the pistol and the round after, it is the best start they could pop. Possibly have. His HP's crazy low there. Almost took him down. He was 21 with the wall damage. Oh my god, he goes straight up down to 1 HP. This is nice. They do a big road.
Showstopper through. No one found.
Oh my goodness.
Halfway already, but the blast pack will get him up close. The shot is good.
This round is wild right now. We insta-stick this early. Holy bro.
Has to be the last man standing.
What the hell was that from Munchkin? That's crazy. Give me this replay. How did he get 3 here?
A little bit of a
he get 3 and killed the ult.
Side of FPX, but it seems like T1 were more than ready for it.
Definitely locked in. Locked and loaded on that one. I like the more direct approach. When you come in with ultis like that, sometimes
dude.
Just committing them at the start of the round from the side of FPX, get the control, maybe pick up a kill, and then play your post plans. But T1 seemed more than ready for that.
Maybe that's why they used Munchkin's in the last round. He's already got 5 of the orbs back.
All part of the game plan.
Not a bad one. You can just throw the ult in if he's going to be multi-fragging. Not something.
Gotta do that like what, 3 times in a row? 2 more times in a row to break this.
In the last round, it's something you do worry if the rest of the team doesn't sort of step up alongside.
They go back to their other wall.
They can keep that going.
Go back to their aggro wall. So the eye spot's a good amount coming out over towards A. They do their fast A, and in return to this, we 3-man push here. We have the turret to kind of just let them know if they need to omen flash, and then we boombot to see if we need to omen flash again. This is really cool. I don't think the Killjoy had the boombot. Is the turret place good?
The turret with contact
yes, it is.
Should mean that he immediately turns around, and so does the rest.
Do they omen smoke it?
Maybe even tucks into that corner.
Yes, they do.
Oh, there's the smoke up. He knows now. Great position. They're clearing it, but the first player down. Now they can react.
It's a nice trade either way. Pressure is on from behind here, so we can just use all the Viper util. Yep, there we go. There's a Viper util. Molly goes in. They want to force because they're not sure how many people are pushing behind. And that was nicely done from T1. Yeah, FPX kind of forced through that a little bit.
I don't know how much that's going to help them.
Putting this into a 2v4, but on the B site, a spot that's very difficult to hold from. A little bit of a dicey fight, but it is going to be banned to win it. And now Aya left. I don't think he even knows that Munchkin's about to come around this corner. The drop down spotted, but Munchkin just playing this so safe. He actually goes peek it back out, though, a chance, but not this time. A great round from
this
Zeta,
was nice. I liked
will convert back into the lead once
I liked
again.
a lot of their stuff here. It was cool.
I'm liking their style of play. Like normally you see this sort of
they're very reactive at the moment.
That doesn't have like a lurker or a sentinel. They're doing it against the Killjoy, who's literally waiting for them. But just being able to take away such map control while the rest of FPX is grouping up, I almost assume that they're going to have to go for more of a default round this time out, just to make sure they can't continue to do that.
One of the difficulties being now T1 having Zeta pop off like that in the previous round.
Okay, pretty early timeout, and maybe it's on the reaction of what's going on here. They also can talk about in terms of A main. Like when they could definitely walk out of A main. There's no hard util stopping them from getting out, and they can definitely walk out of it. And they should talk about where the eye is going in terms of a fade eye. And yeah, I think you might see their approach towards A main a little bit different. Or they could just try and make a lot of sound and see if there's going to be a reaction. And honestly, T1 might not do the reaction. Also worth noting, it's a timeout for the attack team, and sometimes on the defense, you want to do something aggro because they're so busy focusing on the new game plan.
We're gonna have a battle on our hands.
Did T1 look better than when they played foot? We need to get to the attack side for me to kind of know. The attack sides were atrocious from T1, bro.
Your opponent has literally been running it down C every single round. You want to try and deny them that space, make sure
I don't
that
really
not
feel
being able to push that far.
good until I see the attack side.
On the other side from Sire, which is just going to be okay.
The attack side was map control,
after what we've been doing.
sight hit.
So a real chance for
so I kind of want to see that.
Maybe
it looks like we're going aggro again. Similar thing in terms of turret, flash. Oi, nice shot. Yeah, I like this. So yeah, they wanted to do the similar thing where it was turret, then it was boombot, and that's a nice reaction. Yeah, the Omen op, a little bit in the ball cosplay.
They still have Munchkin up close, so Ban can't afford to back off. He has to stay here.
Who do they take out? Ooh, this is a big player to take out. Yeah, so you pretty much know that they're going to be going over towards A. What the hell is this for?
At least their B defense for the time being. A shift to the right side of the map is the correct call for T1 because that's where FPX are going.
So you constantly have to be scared of this.
Again, that slower approach. These are the rounds where FPX have been able to really get themselves their attack rounds onto the board. Of course, fairly high expectation for the attack to be heavier sided.
It feels like it's just a direct counter to this, maybe, and it's on the fly. I'm not sure.
Again, Viper's Pit actually going to be thrown out as they look to late take into the B side. Ban, I don't think he's going to be able to get much from here with the operator, and it's going to have to be that full-on retake once again.
Okay, Viper goes down over towards A. That one gets cancelled out. This is a pretty hard retake, especially when they're doing that.
And even as Ban tried to clear it,
nice reposition from him. Is he going to go for it? They have no idea about left side.
Saving grace for FPX so far. Nichao with a challenge, and it's just about corrected in time. Starting to get scary.
Okay, you can give Wingman that one.
Surely not going to commit to this.
Solid slap from him.
He hopes to save it to the next round, but the spike, although it's ticking fast, there's still some time if they wanted to hunt him down. Aya has popped a flash. That's being heard. Munchkin knows there's someone hunting him. Someone coming.
Seen this attack wall before, you don't get it? Yeah, it's not. Feels odd, right? Feels like I kind of like it on defense, to be honest.
Looks like they've given up, not wanting to lose any more weapons.
Yeah, I think it's actually quite interesting because you look at the way this round actually played out, and I feel like T1 almost. They tried to set a trap on A, pushed them into the B site, and then didn't have anybody there on the B site to actually catch them.
Yeah, this is a nice start. I mean, the attack op was everything on this.
In that scenario, if you have 2 on A, I'd want one of the A site players to rotate away as you put that pit down, so then you have a little bit more bolstering on the B site, whereas FPX just very quick on their mid-round calls. I think Berlin sees that P, he's like, all right, I'm out of there. I'm going straight back in, and that's the thing that really works out on a map like Lotus, is just having those sort of quick, concise calls to get themselves back into position. FPX leveling up once more and a bit more aggression.
Yeah.
That's not gone well. Nichao with a free opener looking for more.
Good flash. What's my swing like?
Caught him no man's land, but the paranoia, well, it not
honestly, they did great to get out there.
I was going to say it could have got him out of there, but he doesn't leave. In fact, his opponents completely fall off, and he still holds onto the angle.
Yeah, he actually held the angle while setting up that smoke the whole time, just making sure no one snuck out.
The haunt there, I mean, it's the fact that the vision blocking the Viper smoke as well, right? It's kind of cool for that. Oh yeah, the Prowler even. Okay, this one way's going to go down and he has no more smokes for this. In terms of this round itself, it's huge with the econ.
And all that util falling on nothing because Ban fell back. A great sense of when to give up the control. The question is, will a rotate come in on time? Ban could be under a lot of pressure.
5 seconds.
The one-way smoke to try and deter players from going back into this A site through the double doors. Instead of realizing he has to try and help out his teammate a little bit, but the Cove is almost going to lock him out completely. And Aya with a solid entry, no chance for Zeta to make a play. You look at the remainder, well, almost just diving in for risky plays on the side of T1, and FPX are more than prepared, just waiting for players to make a mistake. Sire's going to get himself an exit frag at this
nicely done
stage,
from FPX. Overwhelming's pretty good.
I love FPX's ideas late into
the rotates were a bit weird, but
pumping the brakes, going for some control over A main, and then they acknowledge where both those players are. They're able to isolate the fights. You saw from both Zeta and
They have so much money. You can definitely hunt this one.
Out into heavy traffic, 3 targets each.
Okay, don't want to hunt this one. They're kind of fine with it.
They have managed to carry forward this operator to the next round. Much more passive post plant from FPX, not trying to hunt down again. But it doesn't matter to them by the looks of it. They've allowed the op to be saved a couple of times, and they're avoiding it pretty much every time.
Yeah, and one of the things I think is worth highlighting in this matchup, I think Saya player is always a huge call-out because of how good he normally plays in a lot of these matches. But someone you sort of almost highlight on the other side is Yuiko.
My face looks concerned. Bro, what happened to T1, man?
He seems to be performing to a fantastic standard
honestly
off the start. We're now going to see if he can keep this up throughout the match. Operator going to be handed over to Berlin. Maybe the expectation there is that Yuiko is going to be taking that entry point. And on the side of T1, they've actually stacked into this A side. Bear in mind, weaponry is weak. They've got that operator, and elsewhere just having pistols. We'll see if they can make something work.
T1 have a lot of players here. FPX have gone a couple times back in towards B. That might be the right call. No way for them to know that right now. Have a lurker outside of B as well, but just look at that. You can see Lysor pulling back, moving towards this A play.
Just open the door again and again, slowly getting the util out.
Primed and ready for this play. They haven't got the ultis to back it up, but over on FPX they most certainly do. Thrash on his
Okay,
way,
that's the last Viper molly though, so should feel pretty happy with this one. Now they can re-hit.
They still want to commit to it. Like, this is where the pistols can be most dangerous.
That Van hit a nice shot there though.
Going to be taken down. So too is Wingman, but a good trade. Azaya at least keeps this alive on their squad. Nice and comfortable with the plant coming through. And it's a 2 versus 4 that really doesn't look to be going anywhere.
I mean, he's hitting some shots though.
Some of those eco frags for Ire in the end. I do like the fact that they're using that Reckoning basically in low purchase rounds for their opponents. It severely reduces the risk. Like, even if you know you're walking into a somewhat stacked site, those players are going to be ducking and weaving, and with the sheriffs, it's not going to be the best way that you're going to be playing the game. So just having that easy around, making sure you can convert cleanly. And you look at the finances over on FPX, they are thriving as of right now. And for Cyaplow,
I died. I laughed when little bro died. No, I was laughing at the guy tunnel visioning
really
onto little bro.
At the moment, it's just holding on to
sometimes you just gotta let him be.
Jane time coming through once again for him, as he just hasn't really seen any action so far in this half.
6th round locked in.
It's not that deep,
FPX
dude.
In this attacking side, like we were saying, you know, at 4-3, T1
it's
had
not
got
that deep. I just feel like you lot give him.
I
feel like you lot put him on a pedestal.
The 4th being a close competition, the 5th being a walkover.
That's all it is.
But then there was a little bit of a resurgence, and you start to feel like we've got a close game on our hands. But this pause coming out of T1 very much signifies the fact that we have ended up spiraling slightly on their side. It's gotten out of control. They're losing their grip on a close half. And there's only 2 rounds left to compete for, hoping to end it neck and neck this time.
He deserves it, does he?
It's gonna do for them.
Bro, I'm telling you, if Lil Bro's a player, the VLR threads are non-stop.
Going to be coming up against will be incredibly unorthodox. Last time it was
what I'm saying. Like, you lot would be outrageous because he's just a cute little thing. You give him privilege.
Input in a harbor. There's some very weird stuff coming through on Bind, and definitely not the easiest stuff to play up against. Here as well, I don't think you're going to be necessarily used to this combination.
Man, I'm just out here wanting just equality. I mean, that's all I'm saying.
Little bro running in every single time.
No special
it makes
treatment.
Things that a little bit more difficult, and I think they have been finding it tough to sort of find the space. The only rounds that have really been working for T1 is aggression, like taking that map control away, fighting them in the early stages of the round, because
he's trying his best. He is trying his best, but so are all the players.
Yeah,
so where's that for all the hate threads, huh?
So aggressive, and even with bans sticking around on Rubble for so long, in one of the previous rounds we saw, it still tapered off slightly. That control is being given to FPX a lot of the time. Now just look at C, a lot of players from T1 here.
Okay, what we got on this one?
For FPX, there'll be some fake posturing on this A site, and we'll see what the response is. If you're T1, you're seeing this wall come up, you're assuming there's control over Rubble now for FPX, and that they're getting nice and aggressive.
How's Jolly back? We got any more of those timeout things there?
Eventually. But this is all a bait. Zeta close.
More of those timeout.
The turret there,
what are they even called? What the hell is this flash?
this could be huge. The smoke saving his bacon. If they come around this corner, it's very unlikely they decide to check this spot, especially with Zeta popping off, making noise. Although he has just started to fall back.
Yeah, the patience might just be rewarded. It almost comes down to how much can they get, and that Dizzy's going to be going through again this time, forced to retreat.
That's much better. Question mark created once they kill the turret.
FPX are being methodical in their play.
Dude, this turret.
Well,
he gets killed though, right? No. Turret, bro. That's crazy. The turret's still there.
By the operator.
Dude, you might as well fall past him. I'm leaving C right now. There's not a chance they left this turret on purpose. Like, it would have shot. Oh boy, they're going to wonder why on earth there's 3 people here. Pivot to B, it's a perfect call though. It is a perfect call. Nicely done from him.
They've baited out the rotates to B, controlled this game.
And they put the Viper on.
So far, like, this round has been there.
And the lockdown's been used over towards A. Oh my goodness.
After they burned up their lockdown. FPX are set up with a Viper's Pit with players inside with utility at plenty. Even the snake bite online for Nichao late round, and okay.
Nice shot.
Yuka is going to be caught. That's a big pick. Aya, if he overextends there, that angle's being watched, but he'll catch more than enough.
This kid's wrecking them.
2 quick kills. Berlin following up, even saving an operator for himself. You can start to think this round is over. T1 looking for a save.
Nicely done, dude. FPX, I tell you what, the mid-rounding's really good at the moment. Mid-rounding's really good, and this kid is popping. Gecko is, like, doing great.
Fake execution being thrown in towards A. They get the opener, and then every single time...
Yeah, and, like, even just their overall map control was good. Like, they got a little bit unlucky not realizing the turret was here, but even with that as well, I'm not sure what they saw in terms of util, but they realized that the jig was up and they had to pivot over towards B. Maybe they've looked into the rotate to T1, I'm not entirely sure. And the attack op as well is getting so many picks.
On this side of the map, and they haven't even come close in the retakes, even using the slight gaps in their own ultimates to just decimate T1. FPX right now, I'll be honest, they look like they're a level above.
They absolutely do.
Yeah, they look great.
Again, the way they're controlling these early rounds is fantastic. Baiting out the C rotations. There were 3 players there.
Okay, do they insta-react with this? They hear a lot. Do they instantly react? No, kind of just waiting still. I mean, yeah, but it's not like a fast react, they just slow take.
That T1 could do. They've been trying in the early round, but it's like FPX are reading from the same strat book.
Yeah, and you get another one of these, you got an ult into this one. Just could do a C default after this if they wanted to.
T1's aggression is
this guy can
displayed yet again on this defensive side. Pushed up on A, 3 players on Rubble. They won't give up this control this round. But where do they go from here? They've spotted there's
I mean, I like the calling. They wanted to check. So they had people here. If there was no sound over towards A, then they could obviously go out. And this one, they have a backup plan. They had loads of people over towards A. They go get the orb, then they go do a BC default, get both orbs, and now they're going to have the fish all into this. And they got the alarm bot. Oh, this is nice. This guy got any backup?
And how much time can actually be bought.
Oh.
Thrash sent through is going to garner them an extra little bit of information.
He did great.
And it's only going to be the 1-for-1
he did good.
trade.
They got a react ammo. Gecko is on his own with the spike.
The only problem, though,
oh dear God.
The spike's facing back into the spawn.
25 seconds. Dude, why do we not open door? Could have Harbor. Harbor have any util? Harbor had no util. Was too scared of that.
T1 can start re-aggressing.
15 seconds.
Trade. 15 seconds. They have to go running into this B site, but they're going to use that showstopper. That will grant them the space that they need to get into this plant.
It's something. Operator as well. This could be beautiful for FPX to still manage,
how does this guy, he has to jump peek
earlier on in the round to close this out. An 8-4 scoreline will be huge. The timing is key, and Munchkin's won it.
Yeah, he kind of went searching for it. I'm not sure he needed to go searching for it, but then again, he kind of wanted 2 extra choke points for his teammates to cover. Oh my God, the lineup was close. Okay, nicely done from Sire. He got the most important kill in terms of the spike over towards here. And honestly, this is a really cool half from FPX. Loved it. We gotta put this in there as well. This was the pistols. So the fact that they got 5 rounds with a pistol, that's
maybe not realizing that
that's
they've given up that much control. If he goes through the doors, they get that plant for free. It's a lot easier, but it definitely wasn't good signs in this half for T1. They managed to get things to a respectable scoreline that they can take into the second half, but I think FPX were definitely the better of the 2 teams in the first.
I think that's fair to say. An absolute joy to watch this FPX squad work on their attacking side. But now,
the cool thing about FPX is it's so hard to play against a lot of how they play, pretty much on every single map. So they're very big double controller believers, and they often do double controllers that you don't normally see. Or if it's like an Astra Omen, or I mean, this one's a little bit more common, but maybe not as much on this map.
然后他们说那些话，我自己是有听进去，就是，但是我觉得我们
Isn't 7 pretty average? I mean, not winning the pistol 7, it's good no matter what.
上次已经在
No matter what the map.
打过一次像这样的国际赛事，然后因为那次我觉得我自己是比较紧张的，但这次来到这个全球冠军赛的话。 我觉得没有那么紧张了，而且我们有2条命，所以我不怕失败。
He's brought it down into 1v1, and Com playing into main. Ayang still, he spotted him surely, just the edge of the gun, edge of the weaponry. Oh, nails the shot.
我认为 T1 的风格可能也是偏激进，或者是又有一点偏稳健吧。然后我觉得。 面对他们的话，因为训练赛老实说有输有赢，但是我觉得在大赛的上面的话，我觉得大家都是一样的，所以就看当天的发挥，或者是当天谁状态比较好。对，我觉得还是一样学习为主，然后野心的话，我自己是希望，因为我们现在吊着败者组。 所以我希望我们可以一直打到出线。我觉得打 T1 这场球，无论输赢的话，我希望大家可以记住我的名字，然后我也可以有非常好的表现。
All right.
Well, we've heard from FPX how much this elimination match can mean to them. Looking at T1 across the stage with an advantage in their back pocket, FPX have to be feeling good on this international stage. Now, the pistol round could really shoot them up into the lead.
Well, that's the thing. They lost the pistol in that last half and still managed to come out with the victory.
Okay, big
and they
pistol.
probably should have made it even more dominant as well. So
they're
definitely in a good position
man, this poor guy.
for this one. But we'll see if they can take the second pistol. Great start for Berlin.
Look
at
how
the
much
damage that's already been done as well.
Oh, those two
Players
tanked it.
behind as they
Oh my god, they tanked it. Holy hell. They were so low, down to 40, then they went through the wall. So just one bullet to take him down.
And now Zeta gonna try and get the ace. Little bro gonna be helping out.
Dude, didn't even stun him.
Ends with the 4K.
Little bro?
Big pistol round out from FPX. The 8th round they
It's a nice
probably
pistol.
deserve.
That was a really good pistol.
Yeah, they were looking forward to close out the previous, but now that probably carries even more weight rather than just a number on the board. Instead, they get to follow up round 2 up against what should be next to nothing. Just look at that. Made it look like a fully automatic weapon. 4 kills for Lysor, and well, fair to say you're gonna have a lockdown online in the near future.
Yeah, we saw the same from Munchkin in the last half, and
okay, here we go.
Have the impact
we got honestly, love when it's like this, pistol each, nothing too crazy, and
just wanting to make sure
we're allowed one death.
Real risk of damage being done. Looking like more of the same
50 ammo of it as well.
For the side of T1, but it could just be a goal of farming up some early orbs. You're also seeing the High Tide used very deep on the seaside, almost just to shroud out information. Almost make it more awkward for T1 to really find anything. And as expected, a very passive hold coming out from FPX. They don't really want to take any risks in this round, put any map pressure onto their opponents, and put the play through the door. Yuiko is going to have to fall back a little bit here. Just play passive while the orbs are farmed up.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at all these positions that FPX are occupying,
yeah, they might be able to just.
I mean,
really looks like FPX are kind of fine to just let them have this.
A 1v1 fight or an XV1
oh, this is interesting. Did we just throw the orb insta up and then hit no one?
Take that pot shot and then fall right back afterwards. That smoke might complicate things slightly, but T1 are not going towards C. Hoping that the utility they put down and the presence made will cause a bit of a panic, a bit of an over-rotation. That has not happened.
Man. That Joker's different way.
First sign that this defense is still standing strong on the A site, but he'll fall.
Damn, it's nice nade as well.
Forcing Lysor to the back
only one person here. This guy's got to go huge.
Get up close.
Keep an eye on the time.
Wide shots though, and that is perfect for Lysor. 2 kills, plan to come through. players here, but denying that Sar
doesn't want to pick up the gun.
Instead, going to try to just keep that planter stuck in there. Ban used his teleport to get out of there, but they've spotted him. They know exactly where he is with a bulldog in hand. Nice shot. The first found, dodging the nade now. Paranoia's giving him some space. He's walked out.
It was a nice
They've got
attempt
two
from
different
him.
angles.
I like the push,
Nicely
honestly.
closed out by FPX. Costly, if nothing else.
Yeah, didn't know who the second guy was.
It's an expensive round, no doubt, but they'll manage to retrieve the rifle.
It was good, good damage from the eco here, and they got a lot of orbs.
It's not the most loss, but definitely a little bit more expensive than they probably would have liked. And now with their opponents going to be coming back in with a buy, this is really where you need to see T1 actually stepping up to the plate if they are going to be competitive within this map. At least as of right now, FPX have been firmly within the driver's seat. And I think even maybe considering going for a bit of a heavier investment into this round, trying to break them a little bit earlier.
Okay. What? Bro, make a decision. You've gone through the whole...
Certainly feels like the stadium here has a favorite for this round. Yeah. FPX chance
dude literally went through 50 guns.
They've got to work with. There's some weaknesses there. It's an uphill battle for this defensive side. Although not necessarily a round that I would chalk up to just damage. They definitely have the potential to fight for this. 2 bulldogs, a rifle on Lysor, 1 away from having their lockdown online as well.
So punish setup over towards C, gamble over towards B. Say gamble, they at least have info.
Pretty close to a showstopper on Saya player.
And at one point, we're hopefully going to see them do some kind of A shutdown, because Munchkin's just been walking out.
How passive they are on B.
It's looking like a full B retake. Just expecting there to be pressure put elsewhere.
What are we doing with the Viper Wall?
Being taken.
That's the thing.
Potentially.
Reactive Viper Wall somewhere.
They don't have it online.
Okay, they had a lot of them over towards C now.
Definitely one of the easiest sites to retake. Nice shot,
and they just
though.
caught him out in the open here. Took a little bit of a risk, a little bit of a gamble, didn't pay off on this.
To this round, Nade to deny any further aggression, and the A site completely under their control.
T1 would love to keep this clean,
to avoid
as clean as possible anyway.
Initial aggression, and similarly to their opponents, just baiting in those initial takes and then forcing rotations from FPX.
Check something fast.
Yeah, the sad thing being, you've lost your rifle, your real rifle here. You can see the Bulldogs coming through for a retake. But now the question does turn to damage. How much?
How many did they get, Mitch? Go on, call it.
I'm going to say 3. Although, I'm looking at T1, very nicely grouped up. Looks like they'll be able to trade almost any kill. There's no one out of position. And
3 is optimistic.
I think that might have been Carpe's 2nd kill of the game so far. That was incredibly crispy. Followed through. A Yuka falling. Okay, a bit of panic here.
Oh my god, he popped the ult.
Showstopper. That's huge. Honestly, you're going to
trade he had time to win. Holy hell.
I'll certainly take that.
I mean, that's a huge win.
They do get one. Ban dies to the spike. Like it's a bit of a
Carpe tripled his kills, yeah.
Damn,
that's a shaky finish
that's a huge cove. That is a huge cove here.
I guess for them, not wanting any spice to come through anything crazy for FPX, but they're now going to come into this round. I don't know what Ban's doing there either, going down to the spike as well. It's also possible that was a fat finger, but I'm not really sure.
I think it's more likely it was just sheer
do we have any? Nope. So in terms of Munchkin, he's just talked to his team and just been like, dude, I'm getting out A every single round for free. And they go, sure, let's send it. And they do their fast A, and that is a huge shot. This is the Killjoy ult. There goes the Killjoy ult. And yeah, this was a nice call from T1. It was a nice call in terms of Munchkin's been getting out here. It doesn't look like we've had any kind of heavy pressure over towards A, stopping them getting through this choke point. And then, yeah, once we have this map control, we got a good site here. Let's do it.
Not this time. Double entry.
Ooh, they're going to be saving on this one? Oh boy. Okay, well, perfect rounds. Well, last round was not perfect, but it was a good round in terms of 3 of them surviving.
Mentioned in the
so yeah, on top of this, pretty decent as well.
They expect
4
this
of them
sort of mix
actually.
of explosiveness out from T1. I think this is exactly what he's talking about. Just a complete change of pace to what we've seen so far. And already getting themselves within arm's reach of their opponents. The fact is, though, financially, T1 in a spot where they can afford to lose a couple of weapons if they really wanted to. Maybe try and hunt down some of these players, but they're not risking it. Not taking any damage at all, really, throughout this round.
All right.
Well, 8 players
it's
are going
time
to be
for
alive at the
FPX to
end
do
of
their A punish.
I don't mind when we see such a passive call, especially when they have been so split
Okay, timeout probably makes it a little bit too obvious.
Once those two players go
but
down, your chances
we'll see
how
see what T1 want to do.
The difference being, if you have weaponry actually invested.
Oh, you got full-on FPX bandana. I'm jealous.
Oh yeah, the crowd is packed out. FPX fans here in force to support their squad, and well, the squad certainly needs it. This is their timeout. Rest assured, they can hear the crowd. They can feel the rumbles at times when they pipe up.
Chaos Arts. Yeah. Sorry, bro, I missed that from earlier. Chaos Arts, thank you so much, mate, with the Prime. Welcome into Slug Club.
Not the worst.
Appreciate you if you're
FPX
still
are
here.
going to take the pause early, give the chance to Nathan to have a little chat with the team, see what he can pull out of the bag. The problem is, financially, again, they're not in the greatest of spots to do too much, but it might just mean that they decide to get that little bit more aggressive, try and take some of that space away. If we've seen from both teams, one of the things they're majorly sort of struggling with is that passive hold that's coming through from the attack, not really allowing
I got you,
them
Ali. Oh boy, well,
get the same level of control that they would want to. A lot of the time, Killjoy utility just being placed to deny any of that further aggression. For now, though.
Okay, we don't see a punish over towards A. They have a punish over towards A, though, right?
More of the same. Just going to be some minute investment on the players that didn't have anything to go with it. That's the thing. If they can get something done with these rifles, they still have that lockdown available to them if they want to try and go for the retake.
So they invest the wall at the beginning, and it's the retake wall.
Late round, I think.
It's the retake wall over towards C, and honestly, maybe they've done it a little bit wrong. It should be up on the top there. Roxy, thank you so much for the Prime, bro. Appreciate the 4 months. Thank you very much.
Going to be challenged both on the C side. T1 have they do have a bit of control.
And still another round where we just get to stroll out over towards A. This is kind of nice for T1.
Well, if he gets enough space, they might start to think about coming back. Even the door opened here, like there's a ton of presence being feigned, and I don't think they're rotating back to A. I think they're just hiding.
This is kind of nice. Yeah, they take C control, they create the question mark, then they go back, they hide around the corner, they wait for the what's he called, Dizzy, to get thrown up at the top. Doesn't spot anyone. They know there's only gonna be at least maybe one person here, maybe two, and then they just pop on this one. This was a great round from T1. This was actually really cool. Having a lot of success over towards A, knowing that A might be a little bit heavier. That's why the timeout was called. We go over towards C and playing off the 10. What?
Uicor, though, has just come out of nowhere. The side swipe, not expected. The aggressive position, it's these razors going head to head to try and take over this round.
They got the retake wall as well.
The time,
Vision will get blocked.
Not even that far gone.
In theory, I think they messed up their wall though. Big Joe.
Damn. Still going strong.
Give me the
leaving it all on to Zeta. He's playing that post plant, knows exactly where he is. The ace potential, but it's so far back, and Zeta's still just sitting, but he's not landing the shots. It's already being diffused. Just look at it, try and get it all the way, but
just.
Zeta will hold on.
Just at the end. Holy, that was close.
But FPX was so damn close with Uicor.
Mate, how did he get those 3?
Only that he was caught with a knife out. That would have been a different result. So close in the end as well.
Damn, that
fair
play
play
was
to
nice.
Nichelle for just sticking it underneath.
That's the thing, a Red Bull clutch needed just to get through a round where you already got the entries. Like,
whereas a Ray's knife out, because this is the normal, I'll show you the normal Viper plant. So normally people have Viper Molly lineups from here, so he thought he was in this corner. That's like the most common one. So I think when he saw the Molly go onto the spike itself, I think he thought it was like this lineup. So he was thinking that he was over towards here in lineups.
Because he's got the operator instead, and look at where he is already. Because that's like the most common one. First 20 seconds of the round.
Dude, stop letting them out A. Like, where's the A punish? It's killing me. I mean, it's killing them.
It's not on that side of the map. Presence for B. The split is on. Aya just about evading those shots. Falling back, but nobody's here to contest. Yet again, a free plant to be found by T1. So good at finding that space. And the Viper's pit.
It's a solid.
Lock it down afterwards. Those shots were close. But Aya will not find it. So we're set up in a difficult position. This Killjoy ult is causing
my god, they both
tanked in the Viper picked up a double. What an absolute disaster. One player detained. Look at that repositioning as well. Carpe dodged the showstopper. Zeta's back online inside the Viper's pit. A third kill for T1.
I can't believe this game, bro. There's no way. Why were they both? So what was the ult was inside it? So they both decided to be inside to try and protect it. And what a molly on top of them. Why are they both there? Why are they both tanking that down to 1 HP?
Because they tried to start pushing in that little bit earlier. And because of that, I think he just basically just backed it onto
that's incredible.
So like, perfectly placed. They have to stay there, right? Because otherwise the lockdown is going to be destroyed. And they actually try to fall back once they hear it coming, but it's too late. Oh, what a disaster.
Dude.
From the pistol
I swear to God,
victory
they have to punish A at the beginning next round. How do they not have one?
Now for T1, Berlin's not going to be connecting the shots. In fact, it's a double for Ban. Munchkin with another. This round is already looking squeaky clean. Unless Nichao has something to say about it, and he does not. Last man standing.
They have no util for A control,
bro.
bro.
Utility, but no weaponry.
No.
Mollies, nade,
doesn't even have the light shield.
Literal vision block, mollies. Like they got one, 2, 3, 4, 5,
right.
5 bits of util.
You know what? Maybe he should have had heavy shields.
They're so fine.
Yeah, a lot prettier right now. He's got the 1 kill. That should be where this ends. 1 away from Thrash as well. So ult is going to be online.
There's absolutely no way you're chunning ace.
Ace.
Oh.
Whoa, okay. We're getting there.
Maybe we better start believing
three more to go. 3 more now. Okay.
Imagine. What a world that would be to live in. Still great damage, all things considered, and had the ulti online before he even went down.
How many people are going towards A? Oh my God. 1, 2, 3.
5 rounds in a row, though, for T1.
4.
4 ultimates online. Okay, the Viper's pit's gone, but it was put to pretty good use. And on the other side,
I don't even care if they're going A at the beginning now. I just want to see it to know that they have it.
Building up to be a competitive round. The fact is, T1, since the 9-5 scoreline, since the pistol and follow-up loss.
Molly nade. It's a Molly nade lineup.
Unstoppable. Clutch plays. You name it. They've had it all.
Nice Molly nade lineup. No,
and for FPX,
no util behind it. What the hell is this wall, bro?
I'm not confident in.
Oh man, they're melting, dude. No, not like this.
Oh wow. Okay, lockdown's going to be used to take over control of C site. 4 players here, but just take a look at the position of Zeta, not lurking on A. Viper walls on C. This is going to be a much more direct round, one in which they don't intend to fall back, use secondary options. The plant is in. Already found. And they're giving up all this space. Thrash won't be able to reach them. It can be recovered at least.
Go to Viper if you can get into a crazy
position, though, using it mostly
Please
for
go
the
door.
information.
Please go
That's
door,
not going to be
Viper.
back up
You
and
got
online.
this. Go door.
Showstopper used.
Wow.
Now Saya. Well, we don't need to talk about that one. Ban's picked up U-Call. Defuse being tapped. They're not sure. Someone could be on it right now. They need to swing and check. Maybe someone spotted it.
Nice vision
just
block.
Around the edge of that wall. Saya, good for 1. Lysor down. Nichao up close. Got his double, but they're trading it right
man,
back.
you gotta go
T1
door.
will not let go of
they're
this
playing
round.
this defense
Keeping
so
a tight
bad.
grip all the way through. And now with a 2-round lead, they look set to close out Lotus.
Yeah, and the worst thing is as well is other than the Viper's pit, FPX used absolutely everything in this round. The ults thrown through, the Reckoning was to try and force them back. I think even Thrash, they were maybe expecting somebody to still lurk around within the site.
Reminder, don't criticize players. Oh,
I have to say, Zeta in these post-blood scenarios,
look what's going on.
I don't think he's faltered, gone down once. He won the 1v2, the double snake bite with a 3rd kill in there as well, and now having that
I'd be typing an all chat. If I was T1, I'd be typing an all chat, man. I'd give it to him and be like, dude, you need to punish A.
For this matchup, for him to go back onto the Viper.
Look, that's how bad I feel right now.
Incredible choice.
If I was the T1 coach, I'm doing it.
Start of round.
You gotta learn.
Pit,
surely.
Oh, look at those pings coming through. T1 thinking about still.
This is a nice order. I don't know who the first to do this this setup is, but it's really cool. There's a few teams that do different variations, but the main premise is that it's just like Viper ult with the alarm bot, and then obviously you spam through with the alarm bot. It's pretty cool. There's a few people that do the ult from inside B as well, so it like covers a lot of this, so it isn't as easy to pivot over towards here. But the actual setup is really sick with the alarm bot, like deep through, so they kind of tanked enough, and then they hit the alarm bot and then you just shoot down one bullet. There's been Fnatic have done it. There was a team that might have. There was in NA Challengers, I think.
Too late. They're already through. Now the Viper having to fight. And Nijiao is down. Viper's pit out of the round. And FPX still massively behind after all of that has been taken out of their hands. They only get 1 kill for their trouble. Very little damage. No control on the way back through. The one thing is, they did just hear that jump. Aya is fully aware that Munchkin is around that corner on his right, and he's going to seek him out, but his teammates are on the side already. So even though he gets that kill, there's just nothing to say about it. The 125 HP, sure, he's looking healthy, but there's 2 players lined up in a firing squad, and that'll put him to 0 seconds later. 12-9, 3 chances for T1 to close out this map. And Bind, as you said, Tom, their map pick is up next.
Yeah, and one that, again, they play quite a regimented composition. I believe that they actually use the Gecko themselves, and it looks pretty damn good on their execution. So I would definitely be worried if you're an FPX fan, but
it's not great. It's not great, chat. It's every single buy round so far.
7 in a row now.
That's the thing, Tom. They've just lost 7 in a row. So you look at it and go, 3 rounds, this is not too much, but they've got to turn this right around. And even the ones they have won on their defense, pistol and follow-up.
The team,
that ain't repeatable.
You got to learn somehow, and this is a brutal lesson.
Do you remember when Sire was having a bad game? Or a quiet game, I should say.
It doesn't even matter about like how they're shooting.
It feels like a lifetime now because he's been in a great spot and aggressive. It's a dry peek out.
Okay, that's nice. Though to get the kill, but they spotted 3 over here. What's the reaction?
No utility to support it, but maybe that surprise factor.
Don't want to rush too much. Do you even need to do a reaction when you've been given A every single round?
Think about
the pressure's there anyway.
In fact, the second they take that fight, the defenders immediately rotate.
The thing that I don't really get from FPX, like, I'm sorry to harp on about it, but in terms of their comp, right, they only have 1 person that can actually clear the question mark, and the Dizzy isn't good for clearing this. So a lot of the time you look at your comp and you're like, okay, we can't really clear this question mark, so we should probably fight for it a little bit heavier because that's gonna own us, right? There's a question mark here, so we're gonna have to have 3 people stacking it sometimes.
He would just get sectioned off.
Like fundamentally, it feels like it's a bit of a bad understanding.
Instead, he has to try to harass them on the way through and wait for his teammates to come in. They have a lot of utility for the way back in.
Oh my goodness, nice nade though, right? It bounced good.
Already gone. The nade's a little late, so it's not going to catch a kill, but that might have given them a chance.
Yeah, Zeta has been the post-plant king, so getting rid of him with a spam and him almost sacrificing himself to it is going to help them out.
This pause from Ban might be the one.
4 players looking to
no
try
flash
and go
to
back
push him off.
Retake. Lysor
oh my goodness, okay, you're straight up playing. Okay, nicely done. We're going to count it down. 3. 3 down to 2.
FPX make the retake
not feeling too convinced
with,
again,
to fight another day, finally breaking that chain.
That's the first time we've seen them with rifles in hand win around.
You've seen enough, it's going overtime.
Maybe they finally found the solution, the push and pull on the map.
I wish for their sakes it was, but it's not.
More passive stance.
He walks into it spraying. Like, I like the confidence from Zeta, but that's mind-numbing. Like, it almost just gives him the free kill. And as I said, he's been the one you want in post-plant.
Yeah.
He's been ridiculously good. So,
I mean, his utility belt alone does that, but then add him to it for sure. Big scalp to take.
Well, now just down to 2.
1 away.
Overtime still very much possible. And again,
we're going to have the
same
punish.
Sort of setup they had in the last round. Now, bear in mind, T1, they're expecting a repeat. They have got a multitude.
Yeah, and they kind of know they want to get an Orb C mix. Well, honestly, A makes the most sense in terms of Orbs.
This is where they try and execute instead. They've actually thrown the nade, almost blocking off their own corner. Again, another blip for FPX, a mistake, and almost too easy an opener on the other side. They're going to try and actually push off the back of this. Sire player gets the kill with his nade instead of the gun. And now Berlin, this started off as a set play for the side of FPX. It's cut off his own angle. This is going horribly wrong.
Oh, no! Right onto the nano. He's 7 HP. Oh yeah, good luck.
Pretty cool though. They did the
just shutting him down, and well,
they did the NRG alarm bot where you kind of do your alarm bot from down here. It goes into the middle. It's really cool.
You better start that ace chant if you want another round because FPX need one right now, and it's only the one kill to be found.
They did so good on attack. They just didn't have a punish for A, and they just gave them too much map control. Like they kind of played a little bit too passive.
But what a turnaround once they touch that.
Okay, nicely done from T1.
Yeah, it's always easy to forget sometimes that Lotus can be very, very attack.
Man, that was painful to watch, dude. It was almost so good.
From T1. I think Zeta having a huge